All right, boys. You can see I am watering our garden. I'm watering the garden as I talk about this, but I feel like this is a great moment in time right now to talk about the World Cup, talk about the last day of action. I don't know if this will end up going up, just because we're gonna have some horrible shots. We're gonna see a lot of my beard, probably gonna see a lot of my chin, but I just feel like this is a perfect time to talk about the last day of the World Cup. I believe it's day 12 of the World Cup yesterday. Argentina 2, Austria 0, France 3, Iraq 0, and Norway 3, Senegal 2. Three really, really great games, three really incredible games, all for different reasons, and gotta yap about it at least a little bit. We start with Argentina versus Austria. I'm sure everyone tuning into this, at least half. Some of y'all might be Argentinian. Some of y'all might just be in it for your own team in the World Cup, which can't blame. But most of the viewers tuning in, most of the people in the stadium, they were there to see history. They were there to see Lionel Messi officially break the all-time World Cup goal-scoring record. He had tied it against Algeria. We'll get back to those plants a little bit. You see those? Yeah. He tied it against Algeria with a hat trick. He came into this World Cup with only 13 goals, three behind Miroslav Klose. That was literally like a week ago today. He had 13 goals. We're seeing Kylian Mbappe overtake him in the World Cup goal scoring charts. But Messi's just something else. I know when we saw him miss that penalty in the first 10 minutes, it was a very nervous moment for all Messi fans, including myself. I was honestly really surprised. It was a bad feeling for me going into the penalty. I felt like something was off. Then Austria, in those first 40 minutes, I was watching with my dad. I was saying, Austria are doing a great job at keeping Messi quiet so far, and it really seemed like Austria might be able to delay history for a game, but that might have been the case with any other star. But Lionel Messi is quite literally Lionel Messi. He's quite literally the GOAT. He's the best footballer of all time, and he continues to be. Got that beautiful goal right at the end of the first half, I think, 40th minute, about there. Looked just like his goal in 2017 to win it against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. One where the famous jersey lift, took his shirt off, lifted it to the Bernabeu supporters. The one that Ronaldo tried to replicate a few months later. And that was nowhere near as tough because it was literally the Super Cup. But anyway, it was great to see history being made. My dad, even though he hadn't even watched football before I got into it in like 2016, he was there for Ronaldo beating the World Cup goal record. He was there for Miroslav Klose beating the record. This is the third time he's seen it, and it could be more than 3 times. This is what low budget filmmaking looks like. I might have to have my wiring thing right here in my shoulder while I fix my hair because it's bugging me right now. I need to get a haircut. Anyway, that was just amazing stuff. Messi's just proving game after game he could still be in Europe. The only reason he's in MLS right now is because he wants to be in MLS. He wants a break. He wants fun. He wants an American vacation. He wants to go to Miami. Everything like that. Who can blame him? Miami's a beautiful place. I want to go back there sometime. But Messi's just amazing. Then had the 90th minute goal in stoppage time. And yeah, 18 goals now in the World Cup. Crazy to say this, but going into Qatar just 3.5 years ago, he was on 7 World Cup goals. Nobody would have ever thought he'd be the one to break the record. Nobody really ever would have thought he was going to break the record. Then he got 7 goals at Qatar, and he has 5 goals in 2 games now. He has all of Argentina's goals. All of them are Messi goals. And it just goes to show how good this man is still. I'm going to go back up. Going back up to those plants at the start. This goes to show how good this little guy from Argentina is. And we all know that Mbappe is probably going to be his... he is going to beat Messi's tally one day. Mbappe is going to be probably by far the leading World Cup goal scorer by the time he retires. Bar some big injury or something like that. But it's pretty obvious that he's going to beat it. But it's really fun now. Let's see, because we know Messi. He's going to make it hard for Mbappe. Probably going to end this World Cup on about 10 goals, maybe? I wouldn't be surprised. So Mbappe might not beat Messi's record this tournament. He might have to become the all-time top goal scorer in 2030. Messi scores 10 this World Cup, which is only 5 more, and he has Jordan to play next, so he could get a good 3 or so goals there. The 23 World Cup goals, absolutely insane for someone like me who's just grown up with Miroslav Klose being the guy, growing up with 16 being the magic number, all that jazz. I've made all these cushions really wet. That's not good. But anyway, it's incredible to me to see something like that, to see a record like that being so thoroughly smashed by Messi. But in the end, considering who it is, are we really all that surprised? I think not. Anyway, that's enough Messi plays for now. We go to the France game. France versus Iraq. Was the score. And this was just one of the weirdest games of the World Cup. I couldn't really watch too much of it. I was getting ready for a game. It started at 5. And I had to leave at 6 for a match. Oh, wait, hold on. This beard looks wonderfully lustrous right now. To leave at 6 for leave at 6 for a match football. I thought I could get the first half in, then leave, and I did. I saw the Mbappe goal, beautiful goal. Mbappe, he's an ever-present at the World Cup. Literally every single game he's doing something. And oh my god, voice crack. Yeah, Mbappe is just absolutely amazing. And it's pretty obvious to see. Pretty obvious every single World Cup he's just him, and that's become the most predictable aspect of World Cups. We all knew Mbappe was gonna be on a tear this World Cup. Yeah, I'm taking a break from watering the plants because I need to lock in and finish this, and then I'm gonna finish watering the plants. But anyway, you see my very World Cup themed shirt, and yeah, Mbappe, he's on 4 goals this World Cup, which would have been enough really for the Golden Boot in most tournaments if Messi wasn't absolutely ridiculous. But I've placed him off for right now. Mbappe, he's tied now for closer. He's going to beat that record this tournament by some margin. After all of humanity not having seen a player score 20 goals at World Cups, I do believe we're going to see 2. The next month alone, we're going to see 2 players hit 20 World Cup goals. Messi, Mbappe, they are otherworldly, man. They are both unbelievable. They're locking in so incredibly hard again at a World Cup. Like, I don't know what to say. The superlatives are. The book of superlatives is exhausted by this point, and we're 2 match days in. They still have 1 more game left, and then the knockouts and. So, yeah. Anyway, we go to the final game, Norway versus Senegal. What a crazy match. 3-2 was the final score. I tuned in after the game, after my soccer match. It was the 40th minute 0-0. Oh yeah, the France game, crazy. The delay was insane enough that I could leave at halftime to go to my match. I came back 2 hours later, and it was still going on. I could finish watching it, which is crazy, but fly landed on me. Yeah, that was just really weird in general, but France ended up getting the win pretty comfortably. At least the fans got a little extra time in the stadium for what they paid for. Anyway, Norway, Senegal, 3-2, and we go from talking about the greatness of Messi, talking about the greatness of Mbappe, talking about the greatness of Erling Haaland. It's crazy to think this is Norway's first major tournament since Haaland's really burst onto the scene. I think he's either 26 now or he's turning 26 soon. I think he's born 2000. Just crazy. That is insanely old. That feels incredibly old for Erling Haaland. But I think 25, 26 this World Cup, be 30 next World Cup, 34 in the next one after that. He has 4 goals in his first 2 games. In his last 6 Norway games, he has scored multiple goals in each and every one, which is a crazy statistic, especially going into the France match. That's my pick for what might be the best game of the entire group stages, which we will go through once the group stages are over. But yeah, it's just really nice to see Erling Haaland on this massive stage again, finally. Martin Odegaard is looking amazing, and it just goes to show the failed potential. Anthony Edwards should be next. Yeah, I'm honestly perplexed at how a Norway team this good 2 years ago somehow couldn't qualify for the Euros, which is categorically easier to qualify for than the World Cup, as proven by the fact that Italy has qualified for the last 3. But yeah, I'm putting my stocks in Norway. You should put your stocks in Norway. Erling Haaland is he's a machine, running at the keeper all game. He's just, I don't know, he's too big to be doing what he's doing, or should be, but he does it. And he's just running the show in Norway. Martin Odegaard is an elite creator. Norway could really get far. It depends on their draw. I think as it stands, they're drawing, I don't even know. But I know it's not a massive team, so they should be getting into the round 16 pretty easily. It's going to be a really good litmus test to see them versus France tomorrow. If they beat France, you never know. You never know. If they beat France, it could be a sign of further tournament things to come. And if I already have stocks really high in Norway, I have them potentially dark horses. If they can get a good result against France, or even compete, if it's a 3-2 and Norway looks good, yeah, you could. You never know. You never know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Messi's generational, Mbappe's generational, Haaland's generational. I don't use that term lightly, but they really seem like they are. I really want to see my boy Lamine do something to really match up with these guys. He's not had that much time. He's had like 65 minutes at this World Cup. But for right now, the kings of the group stages right now are Messi, Haaland, and Mbappe. The thing is, you never saw the knockout stages are something else entirely. Like you have a guy like Ronaldo, scored 8 World Cup goals and never scored one in the knockouts. Messi, in his first 4 World Cups up to Qatar, he scored 7 goals, and Qatar was his first ever knockout stage World Cup goal. But so yeah, the knockout stages are something else entirely. We know Mbappe can do it. We know Messi can do it now. We're gonna be interesting for Erling Haaland. It's gonna be really interesting for Lamine Yamal to see if they can do it. But for right now, you just gotta stand back and appreciate these talents. All right, that's it from me. See you.